All right. We are we starting the week already again? It was.
I know. Debbie's here, Tracy's here.
Oh,
Hey,
good.
listen, I just wanted to make a note of something early on, and I know it's one of the articles that we have in the dispatch. I think it's towards the end. But overnight last night, there was a horrible accident at LaGuardia Airport
Yeah.
where an Air Canada plane ran into a fire truck, an emergency fire truck that was heading to a separate incident on the runway, and the two pilots were killed. A horrible accident. The point I want to get to is the front end of this plane was destroyed, right? I mean, just destroyed from hitting a fire truck.
Okay. Yeah.
You know where I'm going with this, right?
No.
Well, nobody in their right mind could seriously believe that a plane that allegedly flew into the World Trade Center with 4-inch plate of steel every 40 inches and was able to cut through it like butter. Meanwhile, a plane coming down the runway hits a fire truck and is demolished. The front end is just demolished. How in the world did it do that in the trade? I mean, it defies belief. The official story just defies belief. I mean, that's my own personal opinion. Everybody has their own thing out there, but that's my personal opinion.
Well, no, listen. If you want to go there, we could probably get a ton more views to it.
Well, I'm just saying. Now, I know people that were on the ground down by Wall Street when this happened, and the people I know didn't see a plane.
Do you know where we're going with this right now? With like on our platforms like YouTube, Facebook, is it safe? Is it safe now to talk about 9/11? Or
I mean, we question the official story, and I'm giving you personal anecdotes. I know people that were on the ground on that day, and they didn't see a plane. All that happened is there were huge explosions at that section of the building, right? A giant explosion, and then out of nowhere comes people going, "Did you see the plane? Did you see the plane? You see the plane?" And everyone's like, and the people that I personally know were like, "I didn't see a plane. All right, I guess maybe was there a plane, I guess." And that's how it spread. And even on that day, the people calling in were like all like news producers, and they all work for news stations.
The one I will never forget with this is that guy, I think it was a firefighter, the older guy that says, and then I went there and it says, boom, 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 boom. That guy, I mean, he's like famous now. You know what? Maybe it's time for that discussion again with this, because I'm telling you, like okay, my relationship with Dave Blaze, like, we didn't start this like, oh, what do you think of 9/11? I had no idea what his opinion or maybe his thought on 9/11, but there is a good point of view.
Okay, all right. So when I first heard the story, I always watch Mornings with Maria on Fox Business,
right?
And I'm watching that, and she's relaying the story about the crash, and I'm thinking, and she says the two pilots were killed. I thought, like, because they hit the brakes too hard, or when they hit the fire truck, they flew through the windshield, whatever. No, man, you look at this plane, the nose of the plane is like off. It's just destroyed. And then I'm thinking to myself, and it cut through the World Trade Center? That thing was made massive. I was a kid. My mother and father took me down because my father worked on Wall Street. They took me down there, and I watched. As a kid, I saw the Trade Center being built. This thing was overbuilt. Let's put it that way.
When I was growing up and went to the World Trade Center, and you're taking pictures at the bottom, like, I mean, it is like heavy steel. The bottom. I mean, you know.
Yes. It was designed way back in the 70s where we used good American steel, and it was thick and well built. So I don't know.
Listen, even on my TikTok, right? I can't say FE, but I could say firmament, and they allow certain things. But even with like you can say geoengineering, but I'll just say that you can't say chemtrails.
Right.
It's crazy. All right.
Okay. So just one last point.
Sure.
And I'll reiterate it again. The people that I know heard and saw fireballs, right? Nothing prior to that. Like they didn't see no plane flying overhead and heading into the building. They didn't see any of that.
Okay, so then it goes.
Like it was added afterwards, like CGI.
Okay, now it goes back to, and I say this with all due respect, it goes into weirdo land, and I mean this with like Project Bluebeam and all this stuff, right?
Well, because I mean, this doesn't have to be Project anything. This is you have airplanes that are made out of fiberglass. And they're telling you that this hollow fiberglass airplane cut through 4 inches of thick steel beams spaced 40 inches apart. And it cut through like butter.
Every time I am telling you,
doors flying off the airplanes, they're holding them on with duct tape. I saw some video where the guy was putting duct tape on the wing.
Hey, this is right. Just so you know, this stuff is right down my alley. This whole talk. I love this stuff.
It's up and down anybody's alley. It's just it's too crazy. Let's see. Somebody report Michael Jaco with his stupid QFS and all that nonsense. Somebody report that as a spammer, because that's not really Michael Jaco, or it might be Michael Jaco creating fake accounts so we can ban that guy. You know how this goes.
All right. You're ready to get?
Yeah.
Wait, Dave. How are we gonna go? How are we gonna go?
Like, what am I looking at here? It hit a fire truck.
How are we gonna go from 9/11 truth to?
What if it hit an armored car? I mean, seriously. What if it hit like a Brinks, like a Brinks car? Forget the fire truck. What if it hit like a Brinks car? Would the wings fall off? I mean, all right, enough.
All right, now, how are we going to keep how are we going to keep it going? All right, let's do it. Let's just go start it. It'll be good. We'll got to entertain people too. Here we go.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, this is. We're going to go from 9/11 truth to this. Come on. All right. Well, it's good. The blue tsunami.
The blue. It's no longer a wave, right? It's no longer a wave. These guys must be hanging out with the Weather Channel people. So it's no longer just a wave. Now everything's a tsunami.
Can we call it Project Bluebeam Tsunami? Can we call it that so we get
projects?
I'm just saying, Dave, you're saying that there was no planes. Your friends were downtown, no planes.
They told me they saw no planes. They were like, dude, there were no planes. It was like a bomb went off on the 100th floor. And then people came out of nowhere going, did you see the plane? Did you see the plane? And everyone was like, no. What plane? Oh, all right, I guess there was a plane. Maybe I'm Then the collective thought becomes, oh, I must have missed it. Really?
Oh my goodness! I'm trying to do this show, and we're going from that. I mean, we're going from all Project Bluebeam
and we got
9/11.
Michael Jaco in here showing his behind publishing QFS.
It's probably
Sign
not
up for
the.
QFS.
Probably not the. It's whoever it is. All right, let's.
It's his account. It says Michael Jaco. Jaco. How do you say it? Jacopo?
All right,
What's his name? Jacopo?
Let's not give it any more attention. All right, you want to talk about this, Dave? This Bluebeam? I mean,
Yes,
Blue Wave.
let's talk about the blue bomb hurricane tsunami.
Okay, once again, for the midterms, historically speaking, the power of whoever holds the presidency, quite frankly, whether it was Obama or Trump, there's usually in the midterms an opposite. The opposite side wins. It's happened before. Donald Trump is making it a point for this to not happen. That's why we've been telling you the timeline, which everything we've been saying matches what it is. In other words, take care of everything early on and fast so that the time has enough to get the economy going, back up, and everything else. So we have an election coming up, and there are legit threats to this. And one of them is North Carolina, and we just found out now another one is Alaska. So do you want to see the video here?
Yeah, play the video.
Okay, here we go.
We might be able to do this. One of those reasons is because they've got some strong recruits. Places like North Carolina, where the former governor Roy Cooper is running. He's very popular.
Has won statewide. He's never lost.
Right, he's never lost. We've seen in his fundraising and in even some preliminary polls like that he's ahead. So while North Carolina has been really tough for Democrats, they think they can pick up a seat there. Alaska, which is not a state that you would necessarily think would be a Democratic pickup. Minority Leader Chuck Schumer is feeling really good about Alaska because he got former Congresswoman Mary Peltola to run.
Okay, that is legit because in North Carolina, the senator was Tillis and he had a tivvy with Trump and says, "I'm out of here, bye."
Right.
And then my friend Michael,
always a problem. Wasn't Tillis always a problem for the Trump administration, even in the first time around? He was always, and he looks it. Doesn't he look like a screwball?
Oh, I don't know.
Have you seen this guy's face? No, seriously, he looks like a screwball. Like one of these guys that's watching March Madness drunk sitting in the living room.
No, Dave, you are carrying this show. You're carrying this show.
I'm just asking questions.
Oh, Dave. Oh, my goodness. This is
Phil,
all right.
As a matter of fact, Phil, I did. You think that's what it is?
Oh, my goodness.
And thank you guys for reporting Jacopo.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So with this, the Dispatch article says, hey, for the Democrats, don't count your chickens before they hatch. Hate to say it like that.
Correct. There's too much time. Look, between now and November is a political eternity, right? It's a political eternity. But we have to watch. We have to watch for the MAGA influencer grifter network that is hard at work trying to get people to not vote or to be very dissatisfied with the Trump administration and the administration as a whole. Oh, this isn't happening. That's not happening. Whatever. What do you think would happen if Harris was the president? See what I'm talking about? They don't bring that up.
Right.
And now they're promoting the communist Chinese government, that we should be like, these people are out. They are out of their minds. They are out of their minds. I don't want to say they're subversive and all those other cute little terms, but these people, they're just out of their minds. And they're being called out constantly on it now.
Yeah, well, listen, the buzzword that you to know not to follow them is we cannot vote our way out of this. Yes. In other words, don't vote. Yes. The other ones are we're not going to vote again until they get the elections fixed. Right. Even though Trump won, and we're talking about
North Carolina in 2024, right? So he wins in 2024, and the elections are still all corrupt. It all depends on how you vote. If you don't look, when you vote, you gotta color in the little hole just right. If you go outside the line, the vote won't count. It all depends on how you vote, and they got to be very specific and everything else. And that is to keep you. That's to make it so complicated that you just don't vote.
All right. Do you want to do? Hey, this is a segue. How about this into this?
Well, hold on a second. One more thing. And how about that jackass that keeps telling you, "Oh, you got to get involved. You got to get involved in local politics. You got to get involved in local politics. You got to get out there. Lieutenant General, I'm working 60 hours a week. When do I barely have time to see my girlfriend, my family? When am I going to get involved in local politics? Can't I just vote? No, you can't vote your way out of this. You got to be involved. You got to be a committeeman. You got to be a committeeman knocking on everybody, knocking on your neighbor's doors. These people are crazy. I'm telling you, they are crazy, and their grift will come to an end.
Again, with
That's
this.
it.
No, I get it. With this. The most important thing that you could do is vote. The problem is there's an excuse going around that it was the what is it called? It was all fake or whatever. It's stolen or whatever. Now, no one here is saying that there's not cases of that happening with this. But
What do you mean, like voter fraud?
Yeah, voter fraud.
Of course, there's fraud. People get arrested for it all the time.
Right. Again, in North Carolina, Trump, the last election,
Right.
Trump won the presidency in North Carolina, but the Republican lost the governorship. Normally people say, don't they just go check it all down, straight ticket? Not in this case, because the person there already admitted that he lied about certain things in the CNN interview. So people were like on to that, and they didn't vote him in. We're talking about
what did he lie about, Gene?
Oh, he already admitted that he lied in the because when they said that he was part of, he had a porn account, he lied about that, or at least he said.
And he didn't have, allegedly, he didn't have like a regular. I shouldn't say this, but like a regular. First of all, who in the world has a porn account? Who has a porn? Who actually sets up an account? That's number one. This guy went even further and was leaving comments under videos, like he was looking for friends on the porn site.
Right.
And then he gets out there with all of the far right conservative rhetoric. Well, these people are such makes you sick.
Dave, you are running the show today. All right.
No, I mean, it's disgraceful. It's disgraceful. That's why every time one of these right wingers comes out and says, I'm against gay this, I'm against gay that, these gays, trannies, gays, you start to sit back and go, you're spending a whole lot of time thinking a lot about what gay people are doing. You know what I mean? It's an extraordinary amount of time dwelling on what the homosexuals in our society are doing, right? And it turns out they're gay. It turns out they're always gay. So I'm telling you, it's very. You got to really pray for discernment in these things. And then when we get a guy like Trump in there who's actually doing things, actually supporting Christians. No, now, oh, well, he didn't arrest all the people I think he should have arrested, so we don't have a country anymore.
Dave, you're carrying the show today. I'll just take a back seat. All right. This is going to end up being the best of. All right. Do you want to do the next one? Can we move on to the next one here?
Yes,
right,
yes.
Oh, my goodness. What kind of timing is this? California 500 ballots in defiance of state officials over election count disputes. Oh my goodness. There's no rest for this. Okay. Can I tell everyone how California works?
Go.
California has what's called a jungle primary. In other places, probably your state, you have a primary for the Republicans and a primary for the Democrats. They battle it out in a battle royale, and then they meet for the general election. California is a little bit different. They do a jungle primary where they all go there and they pick the top two. Normally, it's going to be two Democrats. So either way, there's a Democrat winning, and that's how they do it. Right now, you have the top two as Republicans because there's too many Democrats.
Okay, and those top two, that's one is Bianco.
Bianco, right? And then Steve Hinton. Did I get that right? Is the other one?
Hilton, I think.
Hilton, sorry. Hilton? Apologies.
Was a former guy on the show no one watched on Fox on Sunday nights. He came on like 9 o'clock on Fox News on Sunday night.
But just so you know, there's a lot more. Listen, guys, there's a lot more votes for Democrats in California. It's just that they're doing the opposite, or what the opposite of happened of what usually happens to Republicans in Marjorie Taylor Greene's thing, where there was so many of them that they get bumped down. Anyway, it's going to be interesting.
Yeah. Well, I will tell you personally, this is just me personally. I like Chad Bianco.
Okay, let me show you.
I think he's a smart guy. And wasn't he the sheriff that arrested that certain individual that he was arrested for allegedly planning to assassinate President Trump or candidate Trump?
Yes, I believe so.
And the far right nutbags on X all went wild saying that, oh, the sheriff's wrong and this is wrong and it's libelous and scandalous and all of that to get their guy off. Guys carrying multiple passports, various guns and all this stuff. So of course, it's very suspicious.
This is Riverdale. Okay, I should have done my research where it is, but anyway.
That's all right. Now, do you know? In the video, we're going to talk about why he confiscated these ballots.
Yes, we are. Okay, let's just watch it. Here we go.
The outrage that an investigation was happening was extremely concerning to me, especially coming from someone who claims to be a law enforcement officer that is, I've said this a minimum of 1,000 times, he's an embarrassment to law enforcement.
Okay.
So hold on a second.
Sure.
So during the special election that was for Prop 50, right, an independent group found over 45,000 votes that were above and beyond the voter rolls or whatever. So here's the thing. This isn't like they found 200 votes or they found 50 votes or we found 75 votes with no chain of custody. This is a massive amount of votes. And that's why the sheriff rightfully went in and confiscated the ballots and will be counted again.
All right. Well, there you have it. It's going to be interesting. That's one to watch, whether or not the Democrats can actually coalesce. I think that's the right word, around one person. Eric Swalwell, I believe, is the leading Democrat there.
Right.
To go 101. But if they had two.
Swalwell, who was sleeping with the Chinese spy. Hey, Gene, I think we got another spammer in here, but I think he's might be one of your people. It goes by the name Big Daddy.
Oh,
Big Daddy's in here selling QFS. And all sorts of med beds.
Okay. All right.
Please,
I can't do anything about that.
Guys, report and block Big Daddy.
Okay. Let's do this. Let's talk about this, Dave. This is new for us here, and it came out today.
Yeah.
Now,
outstanding.
Okay. First of all, great reception this morning with people already purchasing. It is an ebook. So let me do this. If we could just take a moment here and just watch the what it's all about.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
In a world changing faster than ever, one truth remains. The people who thrive aren't the youngest. They're the ones who stay curious. And that's exactly why we've created Ageless Tech, a simple, practical guide that shows everyday Americans how to use AI to save time, save money, and take back control of their lives. This isn't tech jargon. This isn't Silicon Valley fantasy. This is real-world help for your home, your work, your family, your safety, and your future. Inside, you'll learn how to use AI to plan meals, manage bills, protect yourself from scams, organize your day, grow a business, teach your kids, and even spark new hobbies. Step by step, plain English, no experience required. AI isn't replacing people, it's empowering them. And with this guide, you won't just keep up, you'll get ahead. Ageless Tech, because the future belongs to those who decide to learn it.
All right, Dave Blaze, brilliant.
I got to tell you, I don't know who did the voiceover, but that voice is unbelievably fantastic. You should have an agent. And at the very end, Gene, you made sure that the little banner across the bottom of the video covered the link to the to Ageless Tech. So go to georgemagazine.com/agelesstech, and you can get it right there.
Go to George Magazine. All right. Yes. Oh my goodness. All right. Hey, Dave. Who knew? It came out today.
Yes.
And this is in the news today.
Yeah.
At the Dispatch. Here we go. All right. By the way, this is not the first time that happened. We've been talking about AI for how long, Dave? How many issues ago?
Yeah, a long time. We've had articles on what exactly it is and so on. And that's to educate our readers and not to be afraid of this. And I'm going to tell you, that's why we put together that ebook for the one simple purpose that people, after you read that and you try out the prompts and how we explain how to properly speak to AI and so on, you will be like a professional.
Right. And again,
quite good.
This is, who does this? Seriously, like who does this where we show people in normal speak what's going on here? So
right.
It's beautiful. Right. Now, again, with this news article in the Dispatch, what timing? This just happened.
Oh, listen, save that for 1 second, Gene. I just wanted to point one thing out because it came across my feed a little while ago, but I was so taken back by the airplane getting wrecked by the fire truck that there's all of this crazy talk about Benjamin Netanyahu being dead going on the internet, and it's even reaching some of my associates in Europe. They're asking me, is he still with us? Benjamin Netanyahu is alive and well. That is all like Iranian garbage and Iranian fake stories. He's fine. Matter of fact, he's putting out videos of him getting coffee and so on. One video of him that the Iranians put out showed he had 6 fingers.
Could we actually, guys, could we understand that that when we talked about fake news, that a lot of this is just lies that gets told. I mean, George Magazine is about truth. We do the devotionals in the morning, and we make sure we stick to the Bible when we do this. So it's not our authority, it's not our opinion. I'm just going to say this, and I'll just get off of it.
Yeah. Go.
When you have people online, some of your, and I'm not picking on anyone, your favorite preachers online or whatever, constantly, no scriptures. The ones that are making predictions, it's constantly. We are putting truth out there with scriptures, and then when we do news articles, we do our best to what we call cite the articles, so that this is going on because this source said so. All of this is just, Netanyahu's died and whatever, got that. We source it. You realize that we're about truth here. We have opinions, but we're not peddling lies. Okay,
Right.
I'll just stop there.
Right. All right.
All right. With this AI thing, look at this, because this is the reason why Donald Trump is doing this, because Donald Trump wants to federalize this, so there's not 50 states with their own rules, and it's like you don't know what's
and their own little individual taxes, because that once the states get involved, then they'll want to have a tax on this portion of artificial intelligence, on that one, and then it'll go down to the cities where the mayors will be like, hey, we need to get in on this too. We have our own AI rules.
Really quick, when you buy the ageless tech, do yourself a favor, because you will be able to have ongoing updates. We did this also for the cryptocurrency, but when you want that, because when stuff like this happens, is like, well, how is this going on? Here's the tax for this, no tax for that. Just understand that there's updates on it. Is that correct, David? Okay.
Yeah, what we're doing is, now this is volume 1, because we want to see how fast this whole artificial intelligence thing is going to grow as it hits mainstream more and more. So this is volume 1, but what we're doing is, for a menial subscription, we're delivering updates twice a month. Yes. So every 2 weeks, you're going to go in, you're going to find several pages of updates that you can download and read online and do whatever you want with it. And it's also Kindle friendly. If you have a Kindle or whatever.
Okay, go GeorgeMagazine.com. Next time I'll move it up. Okay, here's a video. This is interesting. Here we go.
Yeah.
In the meantime, President Trump wants a national policy on artificial intelligence. He wants to prevent states from making their own sets of rules.
Lighten the regulation, even the part of this to move it from the states into the federal government is a way to lighten the complexities of regulation from a state level. So this thing is all about how do we compete with China and how do we innovate faster?
You talk about state, and the big question then becomes, like, what is it that the Trump administration wants to do? They're saying, hey, you know what, states, lay off AI. This is our thing. How much of a fight is that going to be?
I mean, it's going to be a big fight. We already have regulations in place in a number of states, Michigan included, California included, New York included. There's a lot that's already there.
Okay, so
it's not because of complexity, and it's not because we want to make the Trump administration wants to make it more simple. That's not it at all. The states want to get involved so they can add taxation, further taxation onto your use of AI. So whether it's used at restaurants, whether it's used in businesses, whatever it is, they want to tax you for it. All right. So Trump wants to bypass that, because that's just going to add a whole lot of red tape that artificial intelligence companies are going to have to deal with on a state by state level, which will restrict our advancements considerably. Well, China has none of these restrictions, right? So that's the other part of this. The second level is that by creating these plateaus, let's say, for artificial intelligence, that each artificial intelligence company has to meet. What that does, it means the big boys are the ones that are going to be in it. You're going to have, Google and Microsoft, Anthropic, ChatGPT, OpenAI, and so on. They're the ones that are going to be providing it and expanding, as opposed to having all these little startups creating their own versions of AI that won't be able to comply with the new laws.
Okay.
That makes
all right.
sense.
By the way, I'll just leave it here. Dave Blaze's other company, Blaze Web Services, Blaze.team, active in the AI sector, if I could just say it that way. So be sure to get this new ebook, this publication. It's guys, this is what you need to have. Seriously.
Yeah, our developers provide upline support for several of the major players out there, but that has nothing to do with this book. This book is, that's our bona fides, but this book is to help everybody use AI to improve whatever situation you're in, because you've got all of this information at your fingertips, and you just have to know how to properly chat with the
guys. It is a wonderful thing. I'm going to just say it, even with the recipes, it's wonderful to use it. Okay. Final story here, Dave. Let's just, I guess, lighten it up a little bit here. We'll talk about this. Okay, from the Dispatch, far-left activists stay in 5-star Cuban hotel as the island suffers total blackout. Dave Blaze, this is Code Pink. Are you familiar with Code Pink?
Yeah, this is typical lefty stuff. They want to go in there. They want to get their picture taken being on the island. They want to look like they're doing something. Meanwhile, they're staying at 5-star hotels owned by the government, and they're not suffering with the common people and so on. This is just, it's such a stupid charade. I think they do these things just so that the media, both on the right and the left, have something to talk about, right?
Oh, well, we're talking about it. Check out this video. Here we go.
This cruel, inhumane, barbaric policy of the Trump administration has to go.
Hundreds of left-wing activists from Code Pink and the Democratic Socialists of America traveling to Havana, claiming that Cuba is under siege from the Trump administration. The island's power grid has collapsed for the 3rd time this month, and the nation is facing food shortages and a deepening economic crisis.
Okay. See, that's what they should have done. They should have gone down there and stayed in the local neighborhoods. Then it would have some credibility.
Oh, well,
you're going down there and you're hanging out in the hotel.
Looks like a chartered flight to me, huh? I mean, they're like singing all in there.
Of course. It's just,
all right.
It's all craziness.
Dave, you carried the show today, man.
Well, I'm just voicing the things that upset me from early this morning, because I see it.
If you are just joining
alive,
see the post of the beginning. You're gonna love it. Where we're talking about 9/11. All right.
Yes, Ginger. They're gonna tax you for a robot. That's what the states want to do. So you're gonna go and you're gonna buy your OpenAI robot. And you're going to go, oh, look, I got this OpenAI robot. You're going to name him Henry or some other dopey name. And then the state, and then whatever state you're in, is going to come in and go, every time you turn on Henry, you're going to have to pay us this. Every time he goes and he washes your dishes or whatever other menial task you assign to him, he's going to do that. And you're going to pay us this, that, and the other. And that's what the administration does not want to have happen.
All right. Well explained. Okay, guys, if you haven't, please go to georgemagazine.com. Get the Ageless Tech on AI. Dave, great show. We'll be back tomorrow.
Yes, more of this tomorrow, because I doubt we're going to be calmed down.
All right, thank you very much, guys. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Thanks for checking us out. Don't forget to go to georgemagazine.com and sign up for the Dispatch. It's free. Get the emails and the news stories. And check us out Monday through Friday, 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. You can check us out on Facebook and YouTube. We'll see you then.